Have you ever been able to answer a question and then when you consciously think about it, you can no longer answer the question? Or you've been able to remember something you glanced through without actually committing it to memory in an exam? Well, these are all power of the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is, is a very fascinating subject in psychology. Just like any other side subject in psychology, it has deviating views. On one side, we have Sigmund Freud, who believes the unconscious mind directs human behavior. Like, there's nothing the conscious mind can do about it except be a referee in trying to guide the unconscious. The unconscious directs everything from how we act to how we think. That's one side of Sigmund Freud. On the other side of the spectrum, there are other psychologists who believe the unconscious mind is dumb because it cannot respond to stimulus, and so it's not an intelligent part of the human psychology. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Questions. On today's episode, we'll be tackling the question how important and how powerful the unconscious mind can be. The dictionary defines unconscious as not being awake or aware of the current situation. We'll be dividing this into segments. The first segment we're going to talk about is the prejudice of the unconscious. You know how you expect bartenders or waiters to act a certain way, like you expect bartenders to be chatty or waiters to be nice, because in that movie you saw a bartender help a guy get over the girl, or you saw the waiters being nice to get better tips. But in actual fact, it's not normal what you're expecting. It's not. It's the way you have been preconditioned to think based on the movies you've seen, based on things you've heard. But in actual fact, it's a deviation from the normal. You're just expecting them to act that way. So when they don't, your conscious mind is like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Why are they not acting the way I'm expecting them to act? So let's talk about the automatic imitation. Have you ever been having a conversation with someone, like you and the person are talking, and you start imitating the person? Then the moment you realize you're imitating the person, you cut it off. Yes, it's the unconscious mind that is triggering you to imitate the person because you're so caught in the conversation. The moment you realize you're imitating the person, your conscious mind is coming to play the referee, the way Sigmund Freud said. Another case is how weather affects the mood. In 2013, there was a survey where people were asked about, where callers called participants, and the participants were asked about their mood. Every participant will attribute the weather for their mood. Like they would blame the weather if they are feeling down. They'd say it's because it's dark outside or any of that. But in actual fact, that's not it. The moment the callers point out that, oh, what a fine weather we're having today, or it's been raining all day, they seem to change their answers because now the conscious mind has been called back into action. In the last three segments, I talked about how the unconscious mind can be subtle, but sometimes it's not often subtle. Take the case of a Canadian man who, while sleepwalking, drove all the way to another town and killed his in laws. Did he do it, or was it his unconscious mind? Another case is Giuseppe Tartini. Giuseppe Tartini is an 1800 music composer. In the 1800s, he composed the song The Devil's Trio Sonata. He said, according to him, that while he was sleeping in a dream, the devil came to him and played the sonata. So he didn't compose it. He's saying now that it's the devil or it's somebody in the dream that told him. My take on the whole issue is for the sleepwalker, I believe consciously he developed hate or negative feelings towards his in laws, or his conscious mind knew that I can't do nothing about it, I'll be arrested or whatever. So he pushed it down and pushed it down and pushed it down. And the unconscious mind thought, like the unconscious mind thought, the conscious mind is telling him, take over, do what you can. And he went ahead and killed his in laws. In the case of Giuseppe Tartini, I believe he did not compose the Devil's Trio in one day or in the dreaming state. I believe unconsciously over days, months, even years, he has been composing this sonata, like from every tune he hears from his daily life, all the melodies and everything he can get. And then when it was complete, his unconscious mind played it to him while he was asleep. Or he could have just been lying, just to sell records. What do we know? through my research, I've been able to come to the conclusion that the conscious mind and the unconscious mind are equally as important, as powerful as each other. They both need each other to function. It's like a yin and yang situation. The unconscious mind is that person that does those redundant tasks like walking, breathing. Do you remember to breathe? Do you remember to blink your eyes? You don't. It just happens because the conscious mind does not think it's important anymore, or it thinks, this task I've been doing it over and over again. I should give it to the other guy, which is the unconscious mind. So the unconscious mind needs the conscious mind to direct it. But the conscious mind on its own cannot also function. Because have you ever tried to multitask? It gets really hard. You start having headaches when you're trying to do tasks you've never done before. Like two or more tasks you've never done before. You start getting headaches because the conscious mind is getting overloaded. It's like it's looking like a crappy computer with a shitty RAM. So it can't do a lot. So it needs the unconscious mind to do those other things that he can do, that he cannot do. So yeah, before I forget, the sleepwalking murderer, his name was Kenneth Parks, and yes, he was acquitted by a jury because he was asleep when he did it. That'll be all for today. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Question. This is my first video on YouTube. Do remember to like and subscribe. Am I doing that right? Anyways, have a lovely week and God bless.